Hello students, I welcome you all in the next lecture of Mathematics 1, that is Algebra. All of you know that we have started with chapter number 5. The name of the chapter is Linear Equations in Two Variables. In that we have studied topics of linear equations in two variables. We have seen the general form of linear equation in two variables, that is x plus by is equal to c. Then we have seen the meaning of simultaneous equation. That is, when we think of two or more linear equations at the same time, they are called as what? Simultaneous equations. Then we have seen the methods to solve the simultaneous equation. In 9th standard, you have two different methods to solve the simultaneous equation. But because of COVID-19, one method is omitted. You are going to use only first method, that is the elimination of variables by equating coefficients. Second method is substitution method, which you are going to omit. You are not going to use it. No questions will be asked on the second method for evaluation. Then in the previous lecture we have started with word problems based on simultaneous equation. Okay, there are various types of word problems based on age, based on time, speed, then based on numbers, two-digit numbers and all. So various problems we have, word problems. So we were discussing the solved examples. In that, the first solved example is discussed by me. Now let us go towards the second solved example. You can see in textbook. Now this solved example is activity based. That means certain boxes are provided in the beginning. You have to write down the correct answers in those boxes, and then the remaining part you have to solve. That means in the beginning they have given you some support in the form of statements, and some empty boxes are provided where you have to write down the correct answers. Okay, so let us read the question. Sahil's age is 23 years more than half of the Sangram's age. 5 years ago, the sum of their ages was 55 years. Find their present ages. Okay, so as I have said, read the question once. If you don't understand it, read it twice. Try to understand the question and then start solving it. Also, always take help of the last statement. Try to understand what you want to find, and by using that, you have to assign the proper variable to the proper quantity. Like here, we have to find out present ages of two persons, Sahil and Sangram. So we have to take their ages as x and y. We will assign variables x and y to their ages. Okay. So our first statement will be what? Let the present age of Sahil be x years and that of Sangram be y years. Writing present word is important because here in one condition the age 5 years ago also is mentioned. So you have to use the word present age. So you will start with that. Let the present age of Sahil be x years and present age of Sangram be y years. Okay. In the textbook it is given, let Sahil's present age be x and Sangram's present age be y. Here they have not used the unit, but always keep habit of writing unit. Here age, so x years and y years. Now here you have to make use of the first condition. Sahil's age is 23 years more than half of Sangram's age. See, always keep in mind that this A stands for equal to sign. And prior to that you have left hand side. So Sahil's age means x. E stands for equal to, and this remaining condition you will convert to RHS. 23 years more than half of Sangram's age means what? Half means y upon 2 and more means plus 23. Okay, so what you can write down from the first condition is C. X is equal to y upon 2 plus 23. Now this 23 is not provided. I have written it. So you also write it. Okay, x is equal to y upon 2 plus 23. Now we have to discuss the second condition. 5 years ago. Now 5 years ago, the age of Sahil will be what? X minus 5. And age of Sangram will be what? Y minus 5. And that time the sum is provided is 55 years. Okay, so what they have provided to us is C. 5 years ago, Sahil's age is x minus 5. 5 years ago, Sangram's age will be y minus 5. And their sum is given as 55. So this plus this. See, again there are empty boxes. So you have to write down the correct quantities there. So here you can make use of this. See, x minus 5 here and y minus 5 here. From here only you have to write down the correct quantities. Okay. So x minus 5 plus y minus 5 is equal to 55. In this way we have got the equations. But these equations, see, this is first equation and this is second equation. They are not in standard form. Always we want the equations in standard form so that we can use the method to solve it. So let us solve these two equations and convert them to the standard form, and let us number them as 1 and 2. So when we solve first equation here, see here we are multiplying by 2 to both the sides, so that y can be eliminated from the denominator. So when we multiply here by 2, we are going to get 2x. When we multiply here by 2, 2 will get cancelled and we will get y. And here we will get 46. So see what we got. 2x is equal to y plus 46. Write it in the standard form. That means the variables on LHS and the constant on RHS. So we got the equation as 2x minus y is equal to 46. Number this as 1. Now see, second equation, copy down as it is. Then this x plus this y, that will be on left hand side. This minus 5 and this minus 5, that will become minus 10. We will shift here to RHS. It will become plus. So 55 plus 10, the answer is 65. So second equation is x plus y is equal to 65. Number it as 2. So our equations are ready. Now the next step is to solve these equations. So for that purpose what you have to do is you have to observe the coefficients. See, coefficient of x is not same, but coefficient of y is same, 1 both the places. Also what we can observe is the signs also are opposite. This is minus here and this is plus here. So if we add these two equations, y will be eliminated and we will get value of variable x. Okay. So let us add equations 1 and 2. So adding equations 1 and 2, write them one below another. This plus sign shows you that you are adding the equations. Okay. So minus y and plus y is cancelled. 2x plus x is 3x. And here 46 plus 65 is 111. And therefore x is equal to 111 divided by 3. You are going to divide. So when you are dividing 111 by 3, the answer is 37. So value of x is what? 37. Okay. So after adding, y is eliminated and we got the value of variable x. Now let us put this value in equation 2. That is simple. Always choose the simpler equation. So we are choosing equation 2. We are substituting x is equal to 7 in equation 2. Okay, so equation 2 is what? X plus y is 65. In place of x we are writing 37. So 37 plus y is equal to 65. Next step, this 37 is shifted to right hand side. Okay, so we got y is equal to 65 minus 37. That is y is equal to 28. In this way we got the values of x and y. But you don't have to stop here. You have to write down the final answer as a statement. Okay, always take help of first statement to write down the final answer. Where you have assigned values x and y, you have to replace them by the solution that we have got. Okay, so what we can write down here, therefore Sahil's present age is 37 years and Sangram's present age is 28 years. Okay, in this way you are going to solve the problem. Now remaining the next problem is there, which is based on the substitution method. So I am not discussing that question because that method is not there for you for evaluation. You can do self study of that particular question. Okay. Now let us go towards practice set 5.2. Okay. So here in the first question there is mistake. Okay, the question is not correct. So please correct it. Here you have to enter these two words. I am reading the question. In an envelope there are some 5 rupee notes and some 10 rupee notes. Total amount of these notes together is 350 rupees. Number of 5 rupee notes are less by 10 than twice the number of 10 rupee notes. Okay, so you add these two words, twice the, I have put the arrow, you can see here you have to write down these two words, twice the number of 10 rupee notes. Then find the number of 5 rupee and 10 rupee notes. Okay, so please make the change. Now let us solve it. Here, as I have said, you have to find the number of 5 rupee notes and 10 rupee notes. So you are going to assign one variable for number of 5 rupee notes and second variable for number of 10 rupee notes. Okay, so that will be your first statement, that let the number of 5 rupee notes be X and that of 10 rupee notes be Y. Now let us make use of the conditions. See the first condition. Total amount of these notes together is 350 rupees. So value of 5 rupee notes will be what? 5x. Correct? Value of 10 rupee notes will be what? 10y. And together their sum is given as what? 350. So what we can write down? 5x plus 10y is equal to 350. Okay, so according to the first condition, we got the equation 5x plus 10y is equal to 350. But don't number it as 1 in hurry. What we can observe here is we can reduce this equation to the simpler form. You will find that here every coefficient is divisible by 5. So divide both the sides of the equation by 5. Every term you divide by 5. And then you will get the new equation as x plus 2y is equal to 70. Everywhere we have divided by 5 and now you number this as 1. See, I have written reason also that how I got this equation. I got this equation by dividing both the sides by 5. Okay. So by using the first condition, by using this statement, I found out equation number 1. Now I will use the second condition. Number of 5 rupee notes are less by 10 than twice the number of 10 rupee notes. Okay, means number of 5 rupee notes means what? X. And twice the number of 10 rupee note means what? 2y. And difference between them is what? 10. So what we can write down here is 2y minus x is equal to 10. Or if you want, you can write it in this way also. Number of 5 rupee notes means what? X. Then in place of r you can write down equal to, and here 2y minus 10. Okay, so this equation you can write as x is equal to 2y minus 10. And then what we can observe here is, see, here the sequence of variables is x and y. And here it is opposite. Okay, so we have to write it in the standard form, that is x plus by is equal to c. So let us rearrange the terms. And while rearranging, we have to take care of signs. So this equation I can write as minus x plus 2y is equal to 10. This is my equation number 2. Okay. In this way, we have completed the equations. We have found out the equations. So all of you, please copy it down. This half part you copy it down. Then we will discuss the remaining part. While writing, try to understand each and every step. Now see, all these statements I have written to make you understand. In exam, even if you directly write down that according to first condition, and you can write down the equation directly also. Okay, you can skip these 3 statements, but I have written here to make you understand. Okay, for your better understanding, I have written these 3 statements. You can simply write down according to first condition, and directly also you can write down the equation if you understand it. Okay. Here at this step you have to take care of the sign minus x. You have to write in hurry. If you are writing plus x, then you will go wrong. Okay, so I hope you must have completed this. Now equations are found out. The next step is to solve them. So you have to again observe the coefficients. What you can observe here is coefficient of x is equal. That means 1 and 1 here. Also coefficient of y is equal. But for x the sign are opposite and for y the signs are same. So if you want to eliminate y, you can subtract. But it is always simpler to add. So better add these two so that x will get eliminated because they are having opposite signs. So what is our next step? Adding equations 1 and 2. Okay, so let us add equations 1 and 2. Write equation number 1 up. Then write down the plus sign in between which shows addition. Then write down equation number 2. Okay. Now what you can observe here is plus x and minus x. The addition is 0 here. And here 2y plus 2y is 4y. And here 70 plus 10 is 80. So what we are going to get? 4y is equal to 80. And therefore y is equal to 80 divided by 4. That is y is equal to 20. Okay, so after adding, the variable x is eliminated. And we got the value of variable y here. Now let us make use of any one of these equations to get value of x. So here I am using equation 1. So let us substitute y is equal to 20 in equation 1. So write down. Substituting y is equal to 20 in equation 1. See, you can see equation 1 here. You have to simply replace y by 20. Write down y, the value of y in brackets. So what is the equation now? X plus 20 inside the bracket, x plus 2 into 20. That means what? In place of y, we are writing 20 in bracket is equal to 70. So 20 into 2 is 40. So the next step is what? Therefore, x plus 40 is equal to 70. Then shift this 40 to RHS. So that we will get value of x as 30. So x is equal to 30. In this way we have got the values of both the variables. See, x is equal to 30 and y is equal to 20. It's a word problem, so final answer we have to write as statement. So take help of the first statement of your solution to write down the final answer. That therefore there are 30 notes of 5 rupee each and 20 notes of 10 rupee each. Okay, so please copy it down. While writing, try to understand each and every step and write it. Be careful with signs everywhere. Write it properly. Okay, so I hope you must have understood the question. And as I have said, this method is very important. You require this in 10th standard also because there are word problems based on simultaneous equation in the chapter 1 of standard 10. Okay, so don't forget this method. Now let us go towards next question. That is question number 2. The denominator of a fraction is 1 less than twice its numerator. If 1 is added to numerator and denominator respectively, the ratio of numerator to denominator is 3:5. Find the fraction. Okay. So here also there are two conditions provided. See, the first statement is the first condition. and second statement is the second condition. But what you will find is both the places the words like numerator and denominator are used. And you know that the fraction is having numerator and denominator. Okay. So we have to assign the variables to numerator and denominator. Numerator we will take as x and denominator we will take as y, and then we can write down the given fraction as x upon y. Okay. So our first statement is assigning the variables to the quantities which are here what? Numerator and denominator. So what we are going to write? Let the numerator of the fraction be x and the denominator be y. Now from this we can write down the required fraction as x upon y, which we want to find. Okay, we have to find out this fraction. So for that we have to find value of x and we have to find value of y. Then we can write down the fraction. Okay, so let us make use of the conditions. Let us read the first condition. The denominator of a fraction is 1 less than twice its numerator. See, always I have said that mark this word is, which stands for equal to. So this is your left hand side and this is your right hand side. Got it? So what is left hand side? The denominator. Denominator means what? Y. Okay, y. Here you can write y. Is stands for equal to. 1 less than twice the numerator. Twice means what? 2 times the numerator. So 2x and 1 less means what? Minus 1. So what we can write down from the first condition? Y is equal to 2x minus 1. See, the denominator means y. E stands for equal to. 1 less means minus 1 and twice the numerator means 2x. Okay. Now let us write this equation in the standard form. That is ax plus by is equal to c. Both the variables we want on LHS and constant we want on RHS. So just think that y you are shifting to this side and 1 you are shifting to this side. But while writing, you write it properly as 2x minus y is equal to 1. See, this minus 1 shifted to this side became plus. And plus y shifted to this side became minus. Okay. So we have shifted like this, but while writing, we have written the equation by changing the sides because this is our standard form. So we got the first equation as 2x minus y is equal to 1. This is our equation number 1. Okay. Now let us make use of the second condition here. If 1 is added to numerator and denominator respectively, where here both the places we are going to add 1. So this is going to become x plus 1 and this is going to become y plus 1. And then the new ratio will be 3:5. That means 3 upon 5. So what we can write down from second condition is, see, both the places 1 is added. So x plus 1 upon y plus 1 is equal to 3 upon 5. Now we have to solve this to get the second equation. So go for cross multiplication. Okay. So what you will get here? 5x plus 5. And when you multiply here, what you will get? 3y plus 3. So what we will get? 5x plus 5 is equal to 3y plus 3. Now let us convert it to standard form. So this 3y we will shift to LHS and this plus y we will shift to RHS. So what we will get here? 5x minus 3y is equal to minus 2. See, 3 minus 5. Okay, so the answer is minus 2. Be careful here. So this is our equation 2. The equations are framed. All of you please copy it down. Also think what you can do further to solve these equations. If you understand the method, you can solve each and every problem here. Okay. I hope you must have completed it. Now I told you that observe these equations. Okay, what we have to observe? We have to observe the coefficients. Here for x it is 2 and 5. They are not same. And 5 for y also it is -1 here and -3 here. So they are not same. So we have to equate any one coefficient. If we try to equate coefficient of x, we have to multiply both the equations. So better try to equate the coefficient of y. What we will do is we will multiply equation 1 by 3. So we will get 3y here. Okay. So the new equation will be what? 6x minus 3y is equal to 3. Here also minus 3y and here also minus 3y. So addition will not help us since the signs are same. We have to go for subtraction. Okay. So let us multiply equation 1 by 3. So write down multiplying equation 1 by 3. Each and every term we are multiplying. So we got the equation as 6x minus 3y is equal to 3. In hurry, students, they forget to multiply right hand side. Please don't do that. Multiply to each and every term. Then as I have said, we have to go for subtraction also. So what we are doing here is in equation 2 minus sign is there on RHS. So we are subtracting equation 2 from 3. Okay. Subtracting equation 2 from 3. That means 3 will appear up. Then the minus sign. And then equation 2 will appear down. Okay. And here whenever you are going for subtraction, you have to change the signs. So don't forget to change the sign. See, plus has become minus, minus has become plus, and this minus also has become plus. Now see, minus 3y and plus 3y. Observe new signs. So they will get cancelled. Okay, y will be eliminated. And here 6x minus 5x, we are going to get x on left hand side. And here 3 plus 2, that is 5. So we got x is equal to 5. Now let us put this value in any one equation. You can put in equation 1. So substitute equation, substituting x is equal to 5 in equation 1. Okay. So see, this is our equation 1. I have taken the original one, so that directly I will get value of y. Okay. Y is equal to 2x minus 1. So in place of x, I am writing 5. So y is equal to 2 inside the bracket 5. Always make use of bracket. I told you why, because it stands for multiplication here. So y is equal to 10 minus 1, that is 9. So this is value of x and this is value of y. But what we want is we want the fraction. So you have to write down the answer in the form of x upon y. Therefore, the required fraction is x upon y, that is equal to 5 upon 9. Okay. So all of you please copy it down. Be very careful about signs here everywhere, as I have told you. And do practice mathematics at least for 1 hour every day. Either you practice algebra or you practice geometry. The reason behind this is what 9th is the base of 10th standard. Okay. So you have to practice all the methods thoroughly because you are going to use them in 10th standard. So keep habit of practicing it. While writing also try to understand every step and write. All steps, they are compulsory. You should write all of them. Don't skip the steps. Okay students, so I hope you must have completed it. In the next lecture, I will discuss the remaining problems from practice set 5.2. And then we will start with problem set. As I have said, this chapter is very short. Only 2 practice sets are there. So after completing practice set 5.2, we are going to start with problem set 5. Okay. So students, today I am stopping here. You stay at home. Stay safe. Take care of yourself. Thank you, students.